The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
Well, friends, Ant is out, and I want to see exactly how Anthony is reacting now because he's now the one that I'm kind of looking at because I've already seen Amber doing the whole Dave thing in the hospital. She's been doing the whole Shayla thing, and that's that, right? She's still in kind of Dave Neverland, but let's go.
I could have brought the car up to the front end. You did not have to walk all the way to the parking lot.
Nah, they're not about to wheel me out, wheelchair. I'm good. I can walk, I can breathe.
But Anthony, the doctor said that you need to rest.
I am gonna rest. I'm gonna take it easy. Once we get home, I'll take it easy.
So for those who, by the way, who thought that it was fake, that he was faking it, he wasn't. They did report that basically he did have the panic attack, and they did show that medically, he wasn't doing well. Skitland, of course, version.
All right, well, let's get in. Let's go.
Amber, before we leave, while I was in the hospital, I got a message.
A message from who?
From God.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. So I'm expecting this message to come in a certain form that's a little bit different. Like I said before, I'm watching the Anthony character. I look. I heard some of what Charmaine said yesterday, and I think someone else said something yesterday. I think it was Ozzy. I heard what y'all two said yesterday, but I want to say a little bit more from Anthony as far as now going forward. But hey, let's see.
A message from God.
Yeah.
You sure they didn't give you too much pain medication?
Let me know that all this happened for a reason. Everything. This panic attack. I'm here for a reason. You're with me here for a reason.
All right, same start off proper. So yes, you're here for a reason. Certainly, whenever something violently happens to you, you're always going to end up in spots like this for a reason because yes, the powers that be are saying, hey, you need to calm down. You may need to shift course. You need to shift direction. So yes, that does make sense that yes, you're there for a reason. You're always where you are for a reason. Makes sense. Keep proceeding.
Our vow said, till death do us part. Now I've had 2 panic attacks and it felt like death. But I know that everything that we've gone through, all the trials and tribulations, that was God's plan. That was God testing us to see if we can obey him, to see if we can get through anything. And I remember just laying on that floor, just holding my chest, and I saw you running to my aid. That means a lot. That means that you love me and you care about me. And I just feel that everything that we've gone through, it's not in vain.
Okay, all right. Okay. The contrarian thinkers. Here's my take on this. Again, I'm expecting that him waking up from a panic attack, meaning you almost could have passed on, you almost could have kicked the bucket. I'm not expecting you to be talking about I'm expecting you to talk about your thing in general. In other words, I'm expecting him to deep think this. That's what I'm expecting Anthony character to do. That's what I think the Anthony character would have done. Coming out with a we thing, which nothing is wrong with the we, right? The we can come later. I believe this was a more reflective period for Anthony than it was for both of them. While both of them do need a reflective period, that's fine. I understand that. I feel Anthony needs a reflective period. And so him dragging Amber in on the period that he's having is, that's just my thing. I felt that this should have been his reflective period, but I'm not certain. I'm just not certain. I like where he's going. It feels as though it feels like it's the same manipulative Anthony coming back again. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just giving you what I'm observing.
It's because we love each other and God loves us. And He wants our union to stay strong.
And there is some truth in that.
I know.
I do love you, and I do care about you. I just, I want what's best for us.
So do I. So do I. Thank you for being here. I love you.
All right, so like y'all say, she have to fake it, as y'all say. Even though I think she probably have to find some ways of getting around it a little bit more. Between the two of them, meaning if you don't really mean it, find a way of getting around saying what you don't really actually mean. Or maybe she does love him and she's not quite certain, if she really wants to tell him that she actually love him right now, because she feel like if she does that right now, then she's kind of giving to the game of what she's been doing so far and she have to go back on her word again. I don't know. It's like this. It's almost like it doesn't feel like it's over. It feels like the bad period is not over. It feels like this is just a break from everything. It feels like they just gave me a break from everything. It don't feel like it's over. I don't know what tells me that I'm about to see more violent conversations between both of them again. I feel like I'm going to see more violent conversations between both of them. I feel like some way, somehow, Anthony's heart thing going to come up again. Either him going to bring it up, or Shayla going to tell him to bring it up, or Angelina going to tell him to bring it up, or something to that effect. It feels like that to me. And the reason why is, again, is I'm looking at Anthony's reaction. I'm not looking at Amber's reaction, because I've already seen Amber doing her phone call with Dave while in the hospital. So I kind of have a perception as to where Amber's mind is right now, right? It's let me appease Anthony, but really and truly I still want Dave. That's what I'm getting. If I'm incorrect, in the chat, just say, O'Neil, you're incorrect. That's fine. Say, O'Neil, you're incorrect. But with Anthony, no, I'm very concerned that I don't see the Charmaine and Ozzy, I don't see the repentive thing yet. I don't see that yet. And that is something that you do on your own, by yourself. You'd more be reflective of you versus of the relationship you have with someone else. And I understand what y'all have said, that, y'all were thinking of loving family and friends. I get all of that. But you're just coming off of a near experience, a near kicking the bucket experience. You'd want to think that you'd be more internally reflective versus externally, because the reflection that Anthony is showing right now is externally, not internal. That is my little issue. But I could be wrong. Maybe O'Neil is a harsh critique. Give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we talk to you.